Today we get to chat with Nikki and Patrick of the band Heaven Below discussing their latest release, The Majestic 12. I hope you enjoy.
I never can remember which way this goes.
Instagram ruined everything.
Perfect.
Oh,
Perfect.
there
Perfect.
we go.
You
Awesome.
guys have quite the arsenal behind you.
And
Oh,
that's not even all of them. It's wild. It's our house is ridiculous.
yeah. Her mom says it's a cross between Hard Rock Cafe and Guitar Center.
Hey, there's worse things. We have a ton in our house too. I love how it's displayed though. It makes it look really nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do you
Lots
guys now you're both guitar players. Do you guys have a favorite one that you usually jump to or just depending on what you're playing?
We're very blessed. We each have our own signature model guitar.
Yeah. So that's always the first go-to for sure.
Yeah.
But depending on we play so many different things. We have a million different tunings. So they're each kind of tuned to different tunings. So
Yeah.
makes it easy.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's my son has, I mean, between the two of us, I think we have, the last time I counted, I think we have 15. And he has some seven strings and some eight strings and yeah, all different tunings. So that way he can just pick up and not have to sit there and mess around with it.
That's right.
Nice. Hell yeah. How old is he?
17.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
He's a beast too. Works for hours and hours and hours a day. He always has a guitar in his hand. Actually, at the end of the school year this last year, he got super sick, and I was like, I know he's super sick because he hasn't touched a guitar in like a week, which is I think the longest I've seen him go in a few years.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that'll do it. It's been so nice being home the past few days because I've just got to sit and play. And I don't usually
Yes,
do that. So like I'm sorry, that's our dog alone.
it's okay.
It's probably somebody probably an Amazon delivery person.
Yeah, he thinks he's in patrol for
They call
Amazon.
him the sheriff and the officer. Quite a little vicious small one. Thank
I think I saw him in one of your guys' video. He's like a little like wiener dog, right?
Yes, yeah.
Oh,
He's
man.
small but mighty.
He's got his own following and fans.
Oh, that's
Thank you.
cute.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. He's like, I'm just letting you guys know. I'm just doing my job. I'm
Yeah.
protecting you guys. I got you.
Yep.
Yeah. People would think he's a huge dog just by the sound of it.
Big
So
bark.
good.
Yeah, yeah. So people stay away.
Yes.
He's the protector of the guitars.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yep. He's the officer, the sheriff, named after a Viking, so
Oh,
he's good to go.
oh, that's cute. I love doggies. I have a pit. I think she's part lab too. She's got like the front pit, but then she's got these big long frog legs in the back that she doesn't know what to do with. So when she sits, they're like sitting way far in front of her, but then she's got these short, stubby front
Oh,
legs.
wow.
That's cute.
Oh, I love that. Rolo loves the bigger pups too.
Yes.
They're usually like his best friends. I love that. He thinks he's a bigger dog like that. You're
That's good
so
though, because sometimes small dogs are intimidated by big dogs. So that's good that he likes them.
yeah. His best friends were my singer's two pit bulls. So
Oh, I love
he-
that.
they were they were in love with each other for sure. So it was so cute.
Oh, so cute. So cute. Well, let's talk about the album. It's been out for about 2.5 weeks now.
Oh my
Man,
gosh.
it is such a cool album. I love the artwork. Before I had dove more into, oh, it looks so awesome. Before I had dove more into like what it was about, I was like, it's like a Gollum Voldemort face in the on the front, but it's an alien, and you got the alien splatter. It's so, so cool. Musically, it's incredible. It's got so many I love music that keeps me guessing and has twists and turns, and it's just full of it. Like you just have no idea what each song is going to bring, what instrument you're going to hear. Um, in Pandora's Box, is that a theremin?
It's a synthesizer.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, we got right when we moved into our new place here, came back to Texas. We got a keyboard that does all kinds of stuff. And that song, we were going to put a guitar solo, and then I was like, it's not working. And then we tried the synthesizer theremin sounding thing, and we were like, yes, that's what it's doing.
Oh, cool. It's that one I was like I mean, and it's towards the end of the album. And so I already was, hearing all these different instruments throughout, but then that one I was just like, "Oh, that one's so different and it sounds so cool." It's very, alien like, which is kind of a little bit the overall arching theme of the album, but I thought that was super cool. I was just in Texas a couple weeks ago. I was just in Austin when Ozzy Osbourne died. I was in the city of Bats. I thought that was so serendipitous.
Oh.
Yeah, we played in San Antonio probably around that same time, so we probably were just almost passing each other. Yeah, we're just outside of Dallas.
Okay, okay. So you
Yeah.
guys are a ways from there. Cool, cool. Awesome. So yeah, the beginning of the album has just a really interesting kind of piece. Tell me a little bit about why you guys chose that as the beginning to dive into the rest of it.
I remember us writing it on we finished writing it on a dog walk. And
Oh,
it's one of those things where I go, Nikki, I got the little piece and an idea. And then she finished while we were on the dog walk. We kept kind of humming it and singing it. And Nikki finished the song out. And I don't know, I guess I like albums that start with weird intros, whether it's Metallica's Battery, which is so awesome, or whatever. Avenged has some killer intros like that.
mhm.
And we actually, like my album, my last solo album, Apocrypha, we actually put a song at the very end of it while we were recording this one that kind of bridged into the Majestic 12, even though they're not really related. We're like, this would be really cool to have this at the end of Apocrypha, and then it goes
It
into the
leads
beginning
in like that
of the
movie The
Majestic
Thing.
12.
That movie
Oh,
The Thing does that. One ends and then
Yeah.
it brings in the other.
So we're like, that would be cool to kind of bridge them together, even though they're not directly related. They are still in a sense because it's my stuff too. So,
Yeah.
and the Zeta Reticuli was just part of the alien.
We love all
thing.
that, all
I
those
love
crazy
space.
documentaries.
Yeah, I'm an astronomy nerd. I took astronomy in college. I just love
nice.
everything about space. So I'm always watching
Yes.
documentaries about not just aliens, but just space, yeah, everything in general science. So I brought that up and he's like, that sounds really cool. So it's like, okay, let's see if people can say that one.
Well,
Yeah.
it's what a fun idea, and that's cool that you I mean, yeah, kind of mix the two projects together. Super creative, and people that are obviously big Nikki fans, I'm sure will pick up on that.
Yeah, I almost forgot about that too. I was like, oh, I was listening to Apocrypha the other day. I was like, oh yeah, we made this bridge
Yeah, because we
together.
wrote
That's
it
right.
knowing it would come out of
Yeah.
your solo album.
So
So
cool. And that's funny that you guys did it while you were walking your dog. There's something about being outside and walking that just get creative juices flowing. How often does that happen with you guys
Most
of
of the
where
songs start on the voice notes on our iPhone. Whether it's saying a song title or a melody or recording, we did it today. We have new songs that start here and then they get into the rehearsal room in the studio.
yeah, I was just telling somebody the other day, more and more, I like to just not sit in silence, but just drive in silence or do things in silence because that's when the ideas will start popping into my head a lot of the time sitting on an airplane. Just, my mind will go into the creative mode and just, ideas will pop up.
Yeah, sometimes it's not when you don't even have an instrument. That's when you think of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
get home and be like, don't forget this, don't forget this.
That's why you put it in the voice notes. You
Yeah.
sing it into the voice
You
notes
you do mouth guitar before you do actual guitar.
all the time. All the time. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You had mentioned that there was like I think you said three different avenues that, and I'm sure it's more than that, but that you use the voice recording for. Now, what does it usually start with you guys overall? Is it usually a riff? Because that's I know how most people start music, or is it usually a beat, or is it usually a title, or an
All
idea, a
of the above.
concept? All of them.
I feel like I've been doing it long enough to where I can finally write lyrics and then make a song. It's only taken 30 years to learn how to do that. But for me, it's all it does.
Yeah, same for me. A lot of the times, a riff will happen when I'm just playing guitar and then I build a song around that. But a lot of other times I hear a vocal melody in my head and it just sticks and then I'll write the song around that. Sometimes I'll have a chorus fully done and I'm like, okay, vocals and everything. Well, now we got to figure out how the rest of it's going to go. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's just a little bit of everything. I guess whatever inspiration decides to strike at the time.
It's a mind puzzle. It's a puzzle in the mind and heart.
That's definitely what it sounds like. Yeah, you just start finding the couple pieces that fit, and then you just start figuring out what else is going to fit with it. It's really cool. It's such a cool thing for me. Who I mean, I've never written a song, so I always find it so fascinating to hear how people are able to, especially when you have multiple people that are involved. I know that's not easy to do, and now you guys share a lot of life together. Is that something that you guys ever have like um discrepancies between I think it should sound like this, I think it should sound like this, and then you obviously have to compromise like anything in life?
I mean, we were friends first, working on Nikki's solo material, and all the time, I want to do this. Yeah, but can you change that? It's like town planning. And other times, it's like, yes, what you just did right now is exactly what we're going to do.
Because a lot of the times it's like, oh God, I never would have thought of that. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Just I'll, sometimes bring a song where I'm like, okay, I think it's done. And then he adds so much to it. I'm like, wow, that it just totally grew and transformed into so much more. So collaborating is everything.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I always say bands are like marriages, and having to figure out how to compromise and stuff. So yeah, I wonder I don't know if you guys can answer this or not, but I wonder if it's easier because you guys do have to compromise in so many other different things in life, or if it's harder because you have to compromise with so many other things in life.
Personally, I welcome the challenge because I feel like some of the most challenging things end up being the best things. I mean, some things write themselves,
Yeah.
but within that push and pull comes a song like you were talking about Pandora's Box. I didn't even want that on the album until she got involved with it, and then I was like, wait a
Cool.
minute, okay, now I want it on the album.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
living together too at home, we get so much done because it's not like, okay,
Uh,
bye, bye, honey, see you. I'm going off to the studio. See you later. It's we're home. This is our life, and we can just walk in here and just get to work at any time.
yeah, which is super, super nice.
Yeah.
You had mentioned Avenged Sevenfold a little bit earlier as far as how they start their albums sometimes super creatively. I did hear a lot of Avenged Sevenfold in this album, and I think part of it is your vocals, and part of it is just the dynamic. Changes and stuff throughout the songs. The one I really wanted to talk about is A Call to Arms. That's like a wild ride within itself. That's such a cool song. Tell me about that one.
Oh God, that one goes back to sessions for Good Morning Apocalypse. Before Nikki was in the band, we had a concept album that had cameos from legendary singers. We had written almost 24 songs for it.
My God.
That was one of the ones that wasn't finished. It's not that we only used the best; we used the ones that were finished to make that 12 songs. And I'd always wanted that. I'm a huge Rush fan. One of their best songs is called Xanadu from the 70s. And
Yes.
it is so amazing. And even before I played guitar when I was a little kid, I was like, how do you do a song like that with those sounds? And so as an adult, I was like, I think we're gonna do a Xanadu kind of song for this band. And that was my inspiration anyway.
Ah, I love that. Yeah, it's a cool song. I mean, just the song itself goes on so many different melodic shifts and changes that you're just in it. It's hard not to get like super lost in it. And then once it's over, it's almost like disappointing because you're like, I was enjoying that ride.
It was 12 minutes long. We brought it down to about 7.
Oh my gosh. Was there more musical shifts in it, or was it just longer
Each
parts?
section was kind of longer, and our drummer, he had said this on Good Morning Apocalypse. He'll draw lines in the sand. He's like, you can't work on 24 songs. Just we draw lines. So even though we want to do what we want, we don't want to be ridiculous. I guess we reel it in. Sometimes the kite is close. Sometimes the kite's real far away and crazy.
So with the kite as part of an idea here, who would you say is more the one that's flying off and who's more the one that's the anchor?
I think Nikki's the anchor, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I I got rid of. I call it chasing the invisible carrot, where you're trying to make a song that you think will be played on radio. I
Oh,
abandoned that long ago, and
yeah.
when you start making music for what you want to hear, then people start to like your music.
Yep.
If you chase the invisible carrot, you're always trying to sound like the next trend. I mean, who I don't want to sound like Maroon 5 or Sleep Token, even though they have some great stuff. I have no desire to sound like them.
No.
So you got to be fearless, and I think we're fearless.
Yeah, I do too. And I totally agree with that. Like, I've just been, because my dad will be like, why don't you make songs that are, 3 minutes, something that could get on the radio? Like, you need to make your song shorter. I'm like, no.
Yeah, right. That's not what I
Maybe
want
the
to
next
do.
album.
If the song
Yeah.
calls for it, sure. But
Yeah.
I'm into guitar solos and, guitar harmonies here and there, cool intros, outro, so definitely I've learned to make the music that you want to make and hopefully people enjoy it.
We don't trace our pictures. We make our own happy little trees within our own picture,
Bob Ross in it.
Bob
And no,
Ross.
I think that's great. And
Big trees.
I think the rock and metal world can tell too when it's something that you genuinely put your heart and soul into, or when you're just like
Yeah.
throwing it out there. I think it's one genre that is able to read between the lines there, which is so interesting and so crazy. So I think you're right. Like, as long as you're doing something that you really are enjoying, people are going to be more wanting to listen to it because they can tell.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to not imitate something. You want to just create it and have it be your own.
Yeah, yeah. It's such a pure genre. I don't know. It's funny because people outside the genre are so, scared of it and have such a different like reality of what it actually is. But I think it's such a just such a pure genre. I love being a part of it.
Yeah, it's our therapy for sure.
Oh, I don't know what I would do without it.
It's best to be yourself at therapy, of musical therapy.
Yes. Well, that's interesting. This is a question I ask everybody. I actually am a mental health therapist outside of this, and I think it's really, really important to talk about self-care. So what are some things that you guys do? You guys are both in very, very busy projects outside of Heaven Below. Tell me, what are some things that you guys do to protect yourself and balance yourself?
Alcohol.
Okay.
I'm joking. I'm joking. I don't know. We love doing stuff with the dog, and Nikki does like yoga and all kinds of stuff every
Working
day.
out really
Working
keeps
out.
me sane at home because this past year and last year into this year, I had 3 really long back-to-back tours, and I was on the road for almost 4 months straight, and that was rough. It's amazing, but it's rough physically and mentally.
Yes.
So once I've finally been home lately, and I've gotten into my workout routine, eating better, just just trying to read more, anything to just chill and make my mind happy.
I love taking care of our yard. We won't hire somebody else. That other people are trying to do our yard. I'm like, no, I do the yard and I make it look like I want. And it sounds funny, but it's
Oh
your
no, I'm the same way.
yard looks awesome.
No, there is something to there's instant gratification with mowing or with like pulling weeds or whatever, that you just automatically can set back and look at your work and just feel good.
Yes.
Yep, exactly.
I'm obsessed with trying to make my flowers survive this horrible Texas summer. I'm like, I just want them to survive. Come on, that's my goal.
Yep.
Survive the heat.
While I was there, I learned about the Texas lantanas. I get lantanas here all the time, and I'm in Idaho, but they're just small little guys. They don't bush out like the ones in Texas, and I am determined to try to figure out how to make a Texas lantana survive in Idaho because I love them so much. They're so good for the bees and for the butterflies. What's that?
Yeah, you probably need a lot of humidity or something.
Yeah, we don't have that here. It's very dry.
Yeah.
Oh, we're jealous of that right now.
Yeah, we have to wear hats. We're like, oh, not a good hair day.
I actually was really surprised. I was nervous about the humidity when I went down there because it was the first time I had gone to Texas. My brother and sister-in-law had moved to Austin last year. So we went to visit them, and my son was doing an audio engineering class at ACC. Um, and I was nervous about that, but it was not as bad as I had it imagined. I thought my hair was gonna be, because I actually have naturally curly hair, so it can do some freaky stuff. And I was like, this is not. But maybe the week I was there, it wasn't.
Yeah,
maybe
you just
as bad
got
as
lucky.
it could get. Probably.
Yeah, the closer you go to Houston, it just gets worse and worse and worse.
Turns into swamp Louisiana style.
Oh, geez. Yeah. I think I would suffocate. I think I would feel like I couldn't breathe.
It's
Yeah.
great for vocals. It's funny in this studio
Oh,
when we sing. I notice like when I go out and do gigs that are in the dry cold, horrible for the voice. Humid, hot. I feel like I sing better.
that actually makes sense. I have never thought about that singing from place to place. Of course, that's going to make a difference. I've never thought about that. That's
Yeah.
super interesting.
Yeah, I got to try harder to sing right when it's dry and cold, and when it's a little bit hot and humid, the vocal just comes right out.
Yeah. Oh, so interesting. I'd never thought about that before, but it does make sense. Now, you used to live in LA, right? Because you lived with Mike Spritzer for a while,
I
for a
did. I
long
was
while.
in LA for 20 years and 6 months, and yep, I lived with the awesome Mike Spritzer.
Yeah.
And Nikki lived down the street,
Mm-hmm.
How
and
funny.
yeah, we loved it there. And but we were happy to finally come back to the homeland.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So did you notice there? I mean, it's not humid there. So did you notice there that it's not really dry though either? Did you notice a difference there too then?
Absolutely, that ocean breeze. We didn't even need AC. We would just open the windows mostly. There was only
Yeah.
1 or 2 weeks out of the year that was pretty hot, and we just go to
Yeah.
the
So nice.
yeah.
Yeah. Osa Beach, Redondo Beach, that's our favorite.
Oh, we love the pier. We miss the pier. We used to
Yeah.
play acoustic shows
Yeah, we
there.
played a lot of acoustic shows on the pier
Oh,
around there. Just
nice.
lots of nice places right on the beach. So that's
Oh,
we really miss that
We
area.
miss that part.
yeah. Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, of
everybody's
course.
like family there. So
Yeah.
Yeah, super understandable. I mean, there's pros and cons to all different areas, right?
Yep.
yeah, we're by my family here. It makes it easier to tour and travel. And Rolo's got my mom to help watch while we're on the road.
We can have a million guitars in a studio, and we can do yoga,
Yes.
big room in the front. We got guest room. Yeah, the whole thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you guys are set up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now do each of you remember when you wanted to start playing music? Was there a time like was there like a show that you went to or a video that you saw or something that you were like, I want to do that?
Oh man.
I grew up with my dad playing guitar, so I was always around it, and he would go play in his band. And my mom listened to rock too, so I had great influences. And I always told my dad I wanted to play. So he took me. The store was called Mars back in the day. Did y'all have
Mars?
those
Yeah.
too?
Yeah.
And I picked out a little guitar and a starter amp. And then I didn't really touch it for a while. And then, because I was still, I'd say it, I'm born in 90. I was into Backstreet Boys and, Britney Spears and all that shit. So one day, I don't know, I just decided, okay, I'm picking up that guitar. And I fell in love with Nirvana. And I just got the tab book and I taught myself every song. And I was obsessed after that. And I just couldn't put it down.
Yeah.
So I guess it wasn't just any one thing, thankfully, but I'm sure my dad was finally like, thank God. Thank God.
He's like, I don't have to put earplugs in when she's
Yeah,
listening to
no
her
more.
music now.
No more of that music.
Yeah. Mine was super early. I won't say any ages or dates. I'm the youngest of 7 kids. My
Oh, wow.
sisters played Judas Priest, Aerosmith, AC/DC, UFO on their turntables,
Oh,
single digit years old. I heard Hellbent for Leather when it came out. I must have
oh,
been
nice.
old, and I didn't know what it was, but I knew it was the coolest thing ever. And my brother played guitar, and so he taught me how to play Breaking the Law. And then I think my mom watched me really into it, and after a while, finally, once you could play Eruption, mom goes, "Okay, this kid is doing this." So my parents were really great about it. So there was no question for me. I could sing, but I didn't have the nuts to front a band. I hid behind the guitar because it's a sword. And
Yeah.
once you start being able to play your favorite stuff note for note, people are like, "Oh, you're really good." And you're just,
Right.
I don't know if I'm good. I want to sound like that.
Right.
Yeah.
I swear Eruption is like that song that separates the people that are, smoke on the watering it to the next level. Like Eruption is that bridge that you can tell, okay, they really love this.
Wow, to get there. Luckily, there was Motley Crue and Twisted Sister that I
In
could
the
play.
meantime.
And I worked my way to
Yeah.
Eruption
Oh,
and then
yeah.
to Ingve and then to Racer X and all that
Yes.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So, have you always sang like behind the scenes when you were younger, or when did you start doing the vocal
I
cords?
was singing from the get-go. I remember singing in front of the only people I would sing in front of would be my mom and my nana, my grandma, and they gave me a lot of courage and everything. So by the time I got into a band, I didn't sing much lead vocals, but I was always the guy that would sing the harmonies. The singer, the cute-looking singer, whatever it was, would always say like, "Oh, you need to sing this part here." And the harmonies. So I was always a singer. It just wasn't till more recently that I finally said I don't care what anybody thinks but me, so I'm gonna front the band.
I'm glad that you do because you have an incredible voice. You have an incredible voice. I mean it is very appeasing. And then okay, so were you the one who did Revolution is my did you do the vocals on Revolution is my name?
Yeah,
Wow. Okay, so you have diversity as well.
I'm a huge Pantera fan. I saw him through the '90s a million times and loved him. And Phil is a great guy, killer singer. So it's not a style that I would always do, but
Yeah.
sometimes you want to sing like that. Yeah.
Do you notice because it's harsher vocals, do you notice that that hurts your voice more than your natural singing, or do you feel like it kind of gives your voice a break?
I use this comparison when people ask. Um, Instead of going Mike Tyson, where you swing as hard as you can and then you can't last very long, not that Tyson can't last long, I call it the Bruce Lee effect. Short, controlled singing. You don't just want to blow your voice out. It's kind of like the difference between sprinting and running a marathon. So I try to Bruce Lee it. And, I was lucky enough to tour with people like Manson and listen to him every night. And I'm like, God, his voice sounds insane. It's really not that loud. It's
Yeah,
kind of just a there's an efficiency about it. And it
right,
took me years to learn that. So yeah, you don't want to just blow your voice out after two songs.
right, more controlled. Yeah, that makes sense.
Short burst, Bruce Lee, not
I
Mike
love
Tyson.
it.
Well, maybe a couple Mike Tysons and
All
just a
right. Some areas of Mike Tyson, but overall, that's cool. I did want to talk about Machine Gun Preacher. There's a incredible solo in there. Tell me about that one.
maybe going back to the Avenged thing. I remember Avenged when I heard of Avenged was Bat Country
Oh,
coming out, and I remember at the time going, "Holy shit, fast solo, gritty, crazy vocals. I am in." Of course, loved them since. So that stuff carries over. Sometimes we're like, no, we're doing a guitar solo here, and it can be 12 bars. It doesn't have to be, 2 bars or whatever. Um, that was just a little flex of soloing, just having fun.
good.
Honestly, it
Yeah,
was just having fun. Yeah.
awesome. I know you guys are wanting to eventually, hopefully, tour with this. Do you know? You probably haven't come up with a set list because you haven't been able to do that yet. But do you know if that's one that you would want to do, or is that a little bit?
I say, hell
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that's like opening with the Great Southern Trendkill. It's
yeah. I
gonna
love
get
that
it
album.
starts. Yeah.
I love that album. That's my favorite Pantera
Thank-
album.
Good dark.
Yeah, my son's gonna go and see them in in Washington, with his dad this month, actually, in a couple weeks.
Kick out.
Love to
Yeah.
see them.
Yeah. We went to see Metallica at Lumen Field last year, and Pantera opened for him again.
Oh,
Pantera.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Anybody's gonna fill in. It was good that it was Zach. It's the only person that made sense.
It's a nice way to pay homage to the
yeah.
brothers.
I
It
never
truly is.
Agreed.
got to see them. I got to see Damage Plan. So I
Uh-huh.
did get to see Dime, but I never got to see like Pantera.
I never got to see either, and I've been going to concerts since I was a teenager. My first one was Metallica and Corrosion of Conformity, and I think I was in eighth grade, I think. So I don't know why I never ended up seeing Pantera, but I didn't
It
either.
was an experience. I saw them on the Vulgar Display tour. They played
Oh,
a dance club by my house that I could almost walk to.
oh,
It was so insane. The crowd had ripped the railing out of the dance floor, and the club closed down forever afterwards. And
oh
I
my
remember I
gosh.
remember having Vulgar, and I was already into recording and soloing, and I thought, how is this band gonna do this on stage? And man, they did. No backing tracks, no BS, the real deal. And I didn't move for the whole show. I just mouth open. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
new level and just leveled the place literally.
New leveled the place. Oh my gosh, what a cool experience. What a
Yeah.
cool experience. And how cool that you guys both get to perform in huge crowds with big bands, and it's exciting to see what you're doing with Heaven Below. I love this album. I think it's so interesting. It's just, yeah, so many different soundscapes going on. I feel like that every time that I've listened to it, I've heard something different. I love that. I love when music keeps me not only guessing the first time around, but I get to continue to pick things out as I go. I hope that you guys do get the opportunity to do this live at some point, and I really hope I get the opportunity to see it.
Thank you.
Me too. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna happen. It's
Yeah.
all scheduling. It's all timing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good, good. Well, then I'll look forward to it. I'll keep an eye out for it and definitely look forward to it. Thank you guys so much for taking this time with me. I
Thank
super
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you. It's
Yeah.
been a blast.
Yeah.
Awesome. Enjoy the rest of your day. Rolo, is that what you said his name is?
Rolo.
Yeah.
Give your little Rolo some hugs for me. I love animals. I love doggies.
Give your little sweetheart some hugs from
Yes.
us too.
Oh, I will. She gets well, I have a cat too, but I don't talk about him much because she's the princess of the house.
Oh,
That's
we
same.
have two of
We have
those.
two cats. Yeah, and
Yep.
they think they own the place.
Yeah, yeah, they definitely cats. My pit bull is scared of my cat because my cat thinks
Hey,
he's
over here, yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yep. I love cats. That's wonderful. Oh my gosh.
he's a butthole, but I love him.
Can't help it. Yeah.
That's what makes it fun.
Yeah.
Their
Yeah,
personalities. Like it'd be so boring without them. I don't know what I would do.
true.
Really don't know what I would do without them.
Very true. Very, very true. Awesome. Well, enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully, it cools off here soon.
Thanks.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
So great
Yeah,
talking with you.
All right.
you guys too. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.